What's going on, TPFX? It's Fractal back with another video. Today's the 29th of October, 2025. We're going over the dollar index as usual. This is our benchmark chart for most of the asset classes throughout the Forex market. So doing analysis on the dollar index is best for a benchmark. So let's get into the video. The dollar index, today's Wednesday. This candle here is trading for Wednesday's price action, meaning this candle was Tuesday and this candle was Monday. If we opened here on Monday and we traded down, where did we trade down into? We traded down into a imbalance, a gap right here that I mentioned in my previous video. If we were bearish, we would wanted to see this whole low taken, but we picked up a quick discount in this gap right here. So I'm going to mark out that gap. This is a daily chart, guys. So with that being said, if we open here on Monday, we traded down into a gap on Tuesday, we can now say Tuesday is potentially the low of the week. So if we have a Tuesday low of the week, we're going to be looking for Wednesday, Thursday, and then hopefully Friday to punch above any old liquidity points, which is old highs. So I'll mark out some old highs. We have these two highs right here. They look pretty equal. So we'll mark them out as a place of daily liquidity on the buy side. And the next one I see are these two old highs right here. So we just have a liquidity pool above here as well. So these are my daily PD arrays for Wednesday going into the London session and the New York session. So now going down to a 1 hour chart. This is how our market looks. Let me get a wide view first. So you can see up here, these old highs. We're going to classify these as buy side liquidity. And then here we have another two old highs on the hourly chart. We're going to classify that as buy side liquidity. So we're looking for these liquidity points for the rest of the week. So now going into our model that we teach on the TPFX YouTube channel, which is the fractal inception model, or just the fractal model, which is basically dialing in on the daily chart, which we just did, and getting a daily bias. So we have buy side liquidity here and eventually up here. That is already showing me bullish pricing in the dollar index. So if we're bullish in the dollar index on Tuesday and now Wednesday, every session that we dial in on, we're looking for runs below old lows intraday. The reason why is because when we run below an old low, we're picking up the major discount, which is below old lows. That's the lowest or the most discount price you'll get. The first will be probably an order block or fair value gap, then a rejection block, and then the most lowest discount would be a old low. So as you see here, this candle here was the opening of the Asia session, which was just a few hours before this video was being created. We are trading currently in the London session. So I want to show you guys a model that you could have used, the fractal model, in the Asia session today. So dialing in on this candle, this is the start of the Asia session. We open and we trade down. We trade down and we trade below an old low, which is sell side liquidity. And this is what I just mentioned about if we're bullish on a daily chart, on an hourly chart, look for sweeps on old lows. This old low, it gets ran, boom. So intraday in the Asia session, if I'm watching dollar index, this is a signal for me. This is a major signal for fractal traders. Trading below this old low sets us up for a 15-minute fractal range building, and then eventually a 1 minute optimal trade entry. So now let's go to that 15-minute chart and create our range. Okay, cool. This old low gets taken at the beginning of the Asia session. If we look back above into the range, you can see we have this high back here. So this high back here down to this low would be a solid 15-minute range, because taking out the sell side liquidity, the algorithm, if it's going to go bullish, is now going to take out opposing, excuse me, if it's taking out sell side liquidity here for the Asia session, it's going to try to attack opposing buy side liquidity. So mark on our buy side, change this. So now we have a fractal range on the 15-minute chart. Old low from the hourly, and now we have a 15-minute old high. So from this high to this low, anything going back up into the range to take out the buy side liquidity, if we find an optimal trade entry on the 1 minute chart, which most of the times we do, we'll be prepared for it. So let's go to that 1 minute chart. All right. Okay. This is the last step of the model. Price trades all the way down. We start the Asia session. We take out sell side liquidity. We rally higher from this low all the way up to this high, right? Breaking structure while going up. But if I take the market and I put it into the future, you can see we have a clean optimal trade entry from this low, starting from the beginning of the Asia session, all the way up to this high, which was at around 8:30. So 30 minutes into the Asia session, we create the strong move up. So if I drag this out, you notice we have low to high. We trade back down into the 62 to 79% retracement level on the Fibonacci, which I always mention. And with this trade, it was even cleaner because we traded back down below the prior sell side liquidity, picking up one last discount price for fractal traders to get in, because now you're matching liquidity with OTE Fibonacci fractal retracements. Now, looking for your take profits, we obviously know the stop loss is going below the old low. A few pips, if your spread on your broker is maybe a pip or two, you want to put your stop loss below this low on optimal trade entries. Because if it goes below this low, then your optimal trade entry is obviously failed. And you don't have to worry about when your optimal trade entry fails, because these setups happen daily. So it's all about patience and risk management. So from low to high, we get a retracement into the 62 to 79%. Stop loss will go below the old low. And now for reward, your first reward, as I mentioned, if we're looking to go above this old high, my first reward would be at the -1 extension level, which we hit with no problem. So that would be my first take profit, or this would be a place to take your profit at, this first extension level above the buy side liquidity. And now trading into London, we obviously traded up into that -3 extension. And now you see prices retracing back for the start of a new session, which is the London session. So the fractal model happens in every session, and this example is the Asia session. So hopefully you guys got something from that. If you guys like the video, drop a comment and join our Telegram channel in the description below. TPFX out.